So right over here, okay, if I'm on top of this person, okay, a lot of you guys have like the jiu-jitsu programs where I'm gonna be as heavy. I'm being gentle with my partner. I'm gonna be like white on rice. Is that appropriate? White on rice. And I'm gonna go ahead and sit. Yeah. Is that from this point, you can see that there's different, like, I mean, if I'm basically hitting him, he's either covering up. So if he covers up, this makes sense for us to do what? To go ahead, and I'm gonna go ahead and push my body down. You can see that he was trying to grapevine where he had his hooks in. Over here, I just like to have some sort of base where the person can't turn over. Because if he knows what he's doing, he's gonna go ahead and buck a little bit, and he's gonna try to shrimp. So from this point, I'm looking, and this is when I can go ahead and grab the hands. But you know that he's gonna escape because he's gonna push his butt through, he pushes out, go ahead and escape, and then he's out, okay? But when we have somebody active like that, then we're gonna go ahead and hit. But just saying that right over here, okay? All I'm gonna be doing is that if I'm striking him, he starts to cover up, I'm basically looking at his body. If you look at what I'm doing, I'm basically trying to feed his limbs to the side. Notice how I'm feeding it to the side. So I'm putting my body weight, 190 pounds of Asian Fury. I'm taking my hand and I'm basically shooting it straight underneath. What am I gonna grab? The wrist or the fingers? The wrist bone. Okay, so once I get that. From this point, okay, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use my knees like an accordion, and don't resist, I just want to demonstrate this, is that I'm gonna go ahead and roll him over. So you can see that I'm kind of rolling him over a little bit. From this point, right over here, I got him trapped still. Now, if he's gonna go ahead and fight, okay, wait a second. When I say that he's gonna go ahead and fight a little bit, so you're gonna move around a little bit, I'm like, oh crap, and I'm losing control, what do you think I can do? Lay on top. Lay on top, but then next thing you know, if I lay on top, go ahead and get out and fight me. Yeah, then all of a sudden it's a different type of fight. And at the same time, do you remember that you do have a weapon on you? Right? Say it again. My man. Turn around for me, please. Oh, yeah, see. No, sorry, yeah. So once I go ahead and get him straight down, I roll him over. Let's say that I roll him over, and then all of a sudden he starts to fight. Guess what I can do? I'm gonna go ahead and look at the ears. Palm heel, right over here, bop, to kind of hit. If he tries to almost escape, so if you escape a little bit, right over here, guess what I can do? I can press his head. From this point, I can go ahead and lay a little bit of elbows to kind of hit. Once I kind of immobilize him a little bit, then he'll flatten out. Once he flattens out, I got to think about how I'm going to go ahead and to effect this arrest. What am I going to do to kind of get the arms up? Should I grab the wrist? Where should I be grabbing to get his hands behind his back? Say it again? Say it again? Why? Are you a jiu-jitsu guy? Yes, so what you'll see a lot of times from people that are doing this, if they grab that wrist, what do you think he's gonna do? He's gonna tripod. He basically tripods, and then next thing you know, boom, I'm off to the side. He goes back down, sir. Okay, if his hand's right here, I'm not reaching, because look what happens with my body weight. I'm putting all my body weight over his body, and even if a person that's not skilled, they can still bump and then go ahead and move. So, if you get somebody like this and you're able to lay flat, this is when I'm gonna go ahead and scoop, but as opposed to grabbing the arms, because the arms still move, what moves the least right now?
Spine. I said shoulder.
Shoulder. Now what do you think I'm gonna do with the shoulder? See how I'm gonna go ahead and feed it to the arm, the elbow area, and then what do you think I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go ahead and go back up, and I'm gonna rip. Is your shoulder flexible or not?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and pull, and from this point, I'm gonna go ahead and then lock. Have you guys seen this, where you guys are locking it? And right over here, I'm not gonna crush him, but I got that gooseneck where I can basically pop, lock it. So what do I do with this other arm? Do I reach for it? Say it again? Say it. How do I do that? Hey buddy, can you do this? What do you think he's gonna tell me?
Fuck you.
Exactly. Yes. Say it again? Pain compliance. So how am I gonna do pain compliance? Gooseneck, so right over here, so see how I have pressure right on that elbow? And over here, I don't want to crush my partner, but when you guys are doing it, I'm gonna go on that ridge right over here where I'm gonna push. I'm not gonna crush you, but I'll basically say, okay, give me the other hand. So basically, I give a little bit of pain, look what happens, he gives it to me. From that point, I'm gonna go ahead and grab shoulder, arm. From this point, boom, right over here, I lock it. From this point, once I get control, is this control? I got control of both arms. What should I be doing next? What's my next step? And the way that I'm positioned right now, everyone's gonna be different depending on the size. So the guys that are much bigger, they might have like an S mount where they can have one leg up, and I don't wanna crush his shoulder, but I can take my heel, I can push it into his body while I'll make that adjustment. So when you guys are watching MMA, guys have that triangle, you can just see them taking their time, kind of pushing it. Same exact thing right over here. I'm basically trying to get position where I can lock him. And I don't wanna crush him. I would take my knee and then I would go ahead and push his elbows in and then lock it. What's the next step? Say it again? Before that. Tickle him? Where, from in the rear or the, what do you do in your agency? What is the next step? No. Tactical breath. Because right over here, was this a fight beforehand? What's happening with your adrenaline? Why do you think in sport, they basically give you a break, you basically slow down the breathing, and then you go ahead and you can think. So the way that you think about it is you're fighting, boom, I get some sort of control where I know that, okay, he's not moving. From this point, tactical breath, and what am I doing also?
Assessing.
Exactly. From that point, once I see everything is good, from that point, do I go on my radio? You say yes, you say no. Why not no? Sorry, are you okay?
Yeah, we're good.
Why do you say no? Do I really have him in control? Because maybe once I go ahead and go to my radio, and then all of a sudden he's gonna go ahead and get away. So go ahead and put it back again. Sorry. Right over here, I'm taking that tactical breath. I take a look at the scene, okay? Then I'm gonna go ahead and get the cuffs, and then I'm gonna go ahead and establish cuffs. From this point, what are we doing? Search, yep. From that point, when I say that I disengage, I still have control. Even though the person has cuffs, I'm still locking, and I still have control of this person. From this point, I check areas real close to me. From that point, then I can roll them up, stand them up, and then I still do the full search, and then wait for backup, and I can get on my radio. So if you flip around again, sorry. So that one just went through a whole different direction when we had him fight. His arms were straight out. So we're talking about now that when we kind of rolled him over. Have you guys seen that? It's called like a ratchet. So basically right over here, I pull him over.